this is still a census year, and I am always nervous in a census year about getting folks to fill it out so that we can count everybody and get the money that we deserve because of that.
The number is extremely low. We've been working on the census for almost a year, so you couldn't anticipate this happening. But the bright side of this is people are home and confined, and if they would focus for 10 minutes, you could fill out the form, online, a number of ways. People need to really understand that the revenue that these communities will get over the next 10 years is in large part dictated by being counted in the census. And so besides the fears that I think some people have about how the information would be used, hopefully that's been dispelled, that is not really an issue. The issue is, think about what services you'd like to see enhanced, and what are the shortfalls in services that you've seen through this pandemic that ought to help everybody think about, we need every penny we can get during this next 10-year period. So young people, 1 to 5, are quite often missed in the count. And I don't think, what's a 1-year-old or 5-year-old? I mean, think about it. This is for 10 years. That kid will be 15 at the end, and school lunch programs and a number of other things will be affected all of the time that young person is growing up. So people need to really focus on being counted. It's our tax dollars that come back, our tax dollars that we need to be more than a donor state. We need to get our fair share of revenue back.
In Wayne County, the largest county here in the state of Michigan, and the home of Detroit, the largest city, that has had a disproportionate effect and consequence as a result of COVID.
It's been devastating to the county, as I think most people know. The city has its own health department, so we provide the health services for the other 42 communities in Wayne County. And the numbers have been staggering, and the death count has been significant. And even in a number of out-county communities, many of them kind of loaded with nursing homes, and that has been one of the hotspot areas. But by and large, I'm happy with people's response when we started to get our arms around testing and working very, very hard at getting people to appreciate social distancing and those sorts of things. And at least until Memorial Day, we were doing a pretty good job. I'm not so sure what it's going to be in 10 days from now, but certainly the numbers in Wayne County have been trending down.
I really wonder what your lens tells you about things we just either missed opportunities to do or just did wrong.
Yeah, I think it starts with something that I don't know anybody would have been prepared for, and that's enough PPEs available so you can keep your first responders feeling safe, healthy, not worried about contagion to their families and that sort of thing. And we were unprepared, but everyone in the country was.
Let's also talk about the budget impact of all of this.
Yeah, I mean, big revenue losses. Obviously, property tax collection when people are unemployed and those sorts of things are an issue. I made the decision kind of based on Wayne County's past history when I took office and that employees had given significantly. And in anticipation of a budget shortfall, I was not about to lay people off at the time. That might have been fiscally prudent, but it absolutely wasn't people prudent